All right. Hello again, Avengers, and welcome to another exciting daily vlog. This is daily vlog 2025, number 284. I think, right? I don't know. Brain hurts. So, today, we're going to start off with... Pick up your copy of The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder, Kiri Callaghan's newest book and book one of I can't remember what it is. Pick up Kiri's book. It's super awesome. Next. There will be links in the description. So as far as the actual topic for today, I am exhausted. I ran, who's you, what's it? Ran my Zelda game this morning. Went really, really well. We dealt with... Technically, they dealt with someone that was supposed to be kind of like a... Not really a big bad end guy, but the way that I'm kind of setting up this campaign is there are multiple like bosses effectively that are all attached to certain factions within within the world, and I introduced them to one of the leaders of these factions with the intent that it would be something I could introduce the villain, and then that villain could show up fairly regularly in the plot until they gained enough power to actually confront and defeat that villain. It's an idea I actually got from running Fabula Ultima, because that's what Fabula Ultima is kind of built around, is the idea of you have these villain characters that are actually mechanically designed to be able to show up, deal with the players, and then leave so that they can come back later, and the players get stronger and stronger until they can finally defeat these villains. And it's a cool idea. However, I wasn't expecting the players to decide that, no, we're not going to come back and deal with this guy later, because it's possible he could get worse. It's possible he could do more horrible things. So no, we're going to try and deal with basically the big bad end guy right now, when we're nowhere near powerful enough to deal with him. And that was intense. There was a lot of negotiating and a lot of really, really creative things that the players did during the game, which was super fun. But where we ended, because we had a hard out, because one of the players the last time we played had a commitment that I had to go to. So we ended at the very end of the combat, where this character had slight, like very, very minor spoiler for Tears of the Kingdom if you haven't played it. One of the plot points in there is these things called secret stones. And in Tears of the Kingdom, they basically have the ability to kind of magnify whatever natural abilities a character has when they start using it. So secret stones are a thing in my game. And what the players recently found out is we use the cipher system for the game. And if you're unfamiliar, the cipher system, the way you make a character is you make a sentence. And the sentence goes like this: name is an adjective, noun, who verbs. So, like, if I was to make my monk in cipher, I might make them with Aether is a cautious, I'm trying to think of the classes, Vector, who fights without weapons. And each one of those things is attached to something. Like the adjective, that's called your descriptor. And it kind of acts as like a race in other TTRPGs where it's got some kind of inherent bonuses to it and it kind of helps define your character. The noun is what's called your type. And that's going to give you access to some abilities and your starting pools and stuff like that. And then the final one, the verb, is what's called your focus, and it's effectively your subclass. And the interesting thing about the cipher system is foci, which is the plural of focus. Foci are not limited by your type. You can choose any type and any focus. And so because of that, you can get some very, very unique, interesting characters. Now, we're using a variation on the cipher system called the Strange. The Strange is a campaign setting. And the reason I chose it is in the Strange, you have all these like alternate worlds and alternate realities that you can go to. And each one that you go to, you actually can pick up a new focus there. And anytime you transition between worlds, you can switch what focus you have on. So I wanted to design this game with the idea that the players are going to be going to different versions of Hyrule, which has been a lot of fun. Thus far, they've gone to one where the Sheikah were never ostracized and created their own kind of empire. They've gone to a world where they became Minish. They've gone to one of the Zelda CDI worlds, which was really, really fun. And their home world is what's it? Brain just completely fried. Oh, their home world is just the regular kind of Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild flavor of Hyrule. And I have a few others that I've already sort of planned out for them to eventually go to as part of my prep work. So anyway, anytime they go to one of these new worlds, they get a new focus. I assign it to them. They don't get to choose it. But I assign it based on what I think would make the most sense for their character to kind of develop when they go to this world. Kiri, author of The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder, book 1 of the Hemlock Saga, that's what it's called. She plays in my game. She normally does. She's not going to be able to play with us for like a month because she's doing all the book stuff for her new book. But Kiri plays a character named Aino. And the kind of basis of the character Aino is she grew up sequestered in this library, and she was found with this fox, this Arctic fox that's kind of her spirit guardian kind of the thing. And the spirit fox has kind of aurora borealis powers. And when Kiri's in danger, the spirit fox, whose name is Eki, can merge with her and give her the ability to use like auroras and light as a weapon. So, in one world, when they went to Etsu Korimala, which is the Sheikah, really advanced Sheikah society, where they have like robots and flying suits of armor and stuff like that. I gave her the focus, builds robots, and basically turned Eki into a little robot animal, which was cool, and it gives Eki new abilities. And then when they went to the Minish world, everything was about nature and stuff, and so the ability that she got was Rides the Lightning, which basically gave her lightning powers instead of Aurora Borealis powers, and it turned Eki into Jolteon, like literally. So the thing is, when they're in Hyrule, they actually don't have a focus as part of their character. They just have their basic class powers, but they don't have a subclass. And so what they found out with these secret stones is when they get one, they have to bond with it. But once they bond with it, that's how they unlock their focus for Hyrule. And I already have the foci picked out for every single character based on, again, how the character is built and what the player wants for their character and stuff like that. And the only one that's found out what her focus is going to be Kiri, because she got the secret stone from this bad guy. And her ability, the phrase that describes it is copies superpowers. It makes more sense when it's done in entirety, but basically she turns kind of into Rogue from X-Men, except she doesn't have to touch people to steal their powers, and she doesn't kill them whenever she touches them, but she can just copy superpowers. I guess it would be closer to, I can't remember the character's name in Heroes, the dude. He gets the ability to just copy other people's super powers. I can't even remember the actor's name that played him, but he was also on Gilmore Girls. So, anyway, we left off at this kind of pivotal moment where Aino, Kiri's character, had just taken the secret stone and had left. She has a magic item, which is this marble bag of chaos. Basically, she has all these marbles, and I have a table that I created in the Roll20 game. And so anytime she has a little wrist slingshot, very much inspired, if you ever saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves, the druid in that has this little like slingshot mounted on her wrist. I know has the same basic thing. And so she'll put one of these things in, she'll fire it, and as it's flying, it will transform into something from this list of random objects. And some of the objects are like books or things like that. Other things are like side tables, couch cushions. You know, it's literally just random objects that I thought were interesting. So she leaves one of those behind that the bad guy thinks is his secret stone. And so when we started the game up today, he reached down to pick up his secret stone, and the marble then turned into something. I rolled on the table, and what it turned into was a tangled ball of yarn. So he's sitting there like full on broken cat's cradle kind of thing, where he's just like, what the hell? And then he gets beaten and everything like that. So yeah, now the players have to kind of decide, okay, who's going to get this secret stone, because it's going to massively change how they play their character. And there was other kind of plot stuff that happened. We got to deal with some backstory of one of the characters, and yeah, it was a fun session, but it wore me out. And so the rest of the day I've just been kind of chillaxing, leveling up my my character in Legion Remix, and trying to recover, because a single TTRPG session just wiped me out. Anyway, that's all for me today. I'm gonna go rest. I might go to bed now because I'm so tired. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.